There are 12 participants in the conference. Please announce yourself.
Is Mr. Chidi. Mr. Chidi is still on the call, so I'd like to call on Mr. Chidi. Just give us a brief statement. Just talk to us a bit. What would you like to say about Pastor Mrs. Nancy Kodia? Go ahead, please.
All right. Thank you so much, Bola. I don't know if I'm being heard. Hello, am I being heard, please?
Yes, you are being heard. We can hear you. We can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. Can we see our celebrant? Or is she not ready
Okay, is
for
that the
us?
CEO? Yeah, she's
Yes.
there. Mr. Chidi wants to make some comments on her about her first as we continue.
Okay, we want to see.
Oh, CEO, we're not hearing you very well. We're not really hearing. There's a bit of noise in the line.
Okay, I said if our celebrant can unveil herself, we want to see her on camera.
Oh, okay. So can we call on Pastor Mrs. Nancy Kojoki to
You ready for
unveil herself? Can you activate your camera, please? We'd like to see your face. Let's see the face of the celebrant. Oh, maybe she's not ready yet.
let's talk, let's go on, share some
Okay, so
testimonies
can we have
about
Mr.
her.
Chidi while Pastor Mrs. while the celebrant is getting ready? Okay, so can we just have Mr. Chidi go ahead, please?
All right, thank you so much, Engineer, for and thank you, Steve, for this beautiful opportunity for me. But I would also want to be sure the celebrant can hear me because I wouldn't want to say what she's not hearing.
I
Happy
believe
birthday,
she's
acting
hearing
pastor.
you.
I will need to know if you are hearing me because I think you're saying, wow. Okay, I want to especially yes. All right. Okay, for me, I don't think my success story in ministry. I can talk about my personal success story in ministry without calling the esteemed Pastor Nancy. Pastor Nancy is very personal to me. Through the years, even as a young man growing up, when they say that don't forget the ladder that helped you get to where you are, I can always trace that ladder to the impact of Pastor Nancy in my life in every area. Pastor Nancy, like I said, was personal. She was one person that looked over me as a mother, as an elder sister, so closely, even as a friend. And she was as well my pastor. I actually took the banner of leadership from her, being our first things, being our things pastor. And then one of the beautiful things I noticed was her trust on me, all the opportunities she gave me to serve. She believed so much in me. I mean, I became very noticeable to the extreme group pastor at the time because of her way of telling my story, telling my exploits, her confidence on me, her opportunities that she has given me. So my story today and the impact of my work today is very much traceable to that woman of God. If Pastor Nancy calls me, it's always very difficult to tell her no in anything she wants me to do because she has played a very positive role in my life in shaping me to the man that I've become today. Even though she's quite far from me, but uh, her, her presence is always with me. Her love, her commitment, her work in the ministry is such an inspiring personality to be with. Her concern for leadership, for a man of God, has molded me to know how to follow. I want to especially wish the highly esteemed Pastor Nancy a happy birthday and let you know that the impact and all the fruits of your work on us. I'm also using this to talk to or use this to speak on behalf of many of the young people you led. The result is evidence. The testimonies are growing wide, and I know that there is no labor of your love that will go unrewarded. I want to especially thank you for all the roles you play. Thank you for making making turning boys to men and making us very, very impactful today. I love you personally and I wish you a happy birthday. Thank you, Ma.
Wow.
And thank you,
Wow,
sir.
wow, wow.
Thank
That
you
was a
so
very
much.
that was a
Thank you.
very profound one. That was a very profound one. That was a very profound. I almost cannot stop you. I almost could not stop you at all. All right. So everything you have said about the celebrant is actually very, very correct and true. Pastor Mrs. Nancy believes and trusts in everybody she works with, and that's very something very notable. So, as we move ahead, also I want to call on somebody else to talk about Pastor Mrs. Nancy Koja. Okay. So at this point, I want to call on Mr. Joseph Tokuma. I'll call him Pastor Mrs. Nancy Koja's right hand man for now. So, can we welcome Mr. Joseph Tokuma to talk briefly about the celebrants?
Good evening, esteemed CEO Ma. Good evening, all members on the call. Thank you so much, everyone. Happy birthday to you, Pastor Man. I
Thank you. Thank you.
you know, thank you so very much, Pastor, for who you have been to me. Um, I don't think the time I'll be giving here to talk about Pastor Mrs. Nancy will not be enough because if I am to talk about her, maybe I'll have to take us into the next day. So I just want to say a definition of wonderful. That's who she is. Because what you don't know, she will make you know it in a very simple way. Yeah. You know, a situation where someone is teaching you and you don't know that the person is teaching you, but you are learning. So before you even understand that you are learning, you already know what you are learning. She's a teacher, you know, she teaches with love, and most of it all, her caring attitude is something that is worth mentioning. And me personally, I thank God for bringing me her way. Thank you, Pastor, so much for all that you have been to me and to my family. And this is a testimony that is not just coming from me, because many have the same testimony to say. From those I've interacted with, it is just a corroboration of the same thing that we are saying. And I'm so grateful to God that we have her as one of our founding members and one of the key people working with our CEO. Thank you so very much, man. I pray that this day come with a lot of goodness, a lot of blessings, and as time goes forward, more and more will continue to hear great news from your end. I love you so dearly. Thank you. Thank you once again, Yoma. Thank you, members on the call.
Wow, that was another profound one. Thank you, Mr. Joseph, for those beautiful comments about the celebrant. you know, and everything that has been said, very correct. They're all correct, and the words that people just want to say, they are words that are absolutely true. All right, we might not be able to take so many more people because of time, but before we actually move away from this, I would like to welcome the CEO herself, because we cannot move away from this segment without having to bring the CEO up to actually say some things. So, can we have the CEO, please?
Okay. I want to say thank you everyone for being. I want to say thank you everyone for being.
We're not hearing the CEO again. I think she got locked out.
We are not
It should
hearing.
be internet matter. We're not hearing her
Excuse
again. Okay,
CEO, ma,
see if
you
it.
are not hearing.
Yep, I think it's internet. The internet locked her
Just
out. She should
sorry,
be
just sorry.
logging back in.
I think yeah. Okay. So I just want to thank every one of us for being part of this meeting today. It's a great one, and that we can see that starting a business is a dedicated one. So that takes time, like dedication, commitment in everything that we do. And taking from the training that we got speaker to get speaker today, you can see that we actually navigated through in giving us insights on how to start and finish a business. So I can say that today we have actually explored and shared insight on how to navigate this journey effectively for those of us that are just starting and from the initial stage of conceptualization. So I would thank us once again for joining, taking our time to join this meeting, for being part of this successful webinar today. Like I will always say, it can only get better. Thank you. I think I'm having echo. Just a that our speaker today delve into different key topics like as a business, God's perspective, as a business, professional perspective, business, your own perspective, innovation, and he also gave us four divine laws of business. So I will say thank you all for actively participating, for the questions and engaging with our speaker and fellow participants. So I want to thank every one of us, and I want you to know that this is not just a webinar. It is not just about passive learning. It's an opportunity to connect, collaborate, and grow together. So I am confident that every one of us has taken something from this webinar today. Hello? Am I being heard?
Exactly, exactly. Yes, you are absolutely correct.
Okay. I'm hearing you. Very good. I just want to thank us once again for joining this meeting and making it memorable one for all of us, and for celebrating our highly how do I put it? Do you know that actually the head of corporate services, the head of corporate services, she is the head of corporate services.
The CEO is like, we lost you again.
Okay, so sorry. Yeah, I think network is very bad today. We need to
Yes.
do our internet, but this is not too fair. So it shouldn't be taking us in and out like this. Okay, so this brings me back to celebration for today, celebrating our own very Mrs. Nasi Koja. Okay, happy birthday to you, madam. I will say happy birthday once again. Mrs. Nancy Kojoke is our head of corporate service. She is a primary she's a primary member of the Ultimate Incubation Program. She has been very consistent. She's a dedicated, committed. I don't really have the words to qualify who she is in this organization. I will really say thank you for being part of us and being part of this great movement. Pastor Mrs. Nathan is one person that is very enthusiastic about whatever she does. She is strong in mobilization. She is firm in her deliverables. She is someone to reckon with in this organization. Strong tower. There are no words we could actually say to you, Pastor Nancy. Thank you for all you do for standing tall for every one of us and for being there for us. Thank you. We celebrate you today and always. This is just for our participants online. After this, we have to do the party on site. So, team, let's get ready to celebrate our very own Mrs. Nancy Koja King. Happy birthday to you. May God
Yes,
continually
so
bless you
happy
and uphold
Thank
birthday.
you and
you.
your family in Jesus' name.
Thank
Amen.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
And many happy return.
Yes. So to this end, I know we don't have too many questions again. We have taken some of our time. I want us to, okay, I will hand over to our team moderator for today, Engineer Fola. Thank you very much for all that you do. And for all the team members, Mr. Ramsey, thank you for putting everything together. Madam Esther, thank you very much for what you do, for the great work you are doing. You have been a pillar. Mr. Joseph, thank you very much. Our project coordinator, Mr. Chidi, thank you very much. Miss Waire, thank you very much. And Miss Tony, thank you very much. If I didn't mention your name, remember us, maybe I just submitted. You can actually just remind me if I just. So thank even to our participants, to those of them that log in the free conference, and those of us on the Facebook. Thank you very much for being part of this webinar. It can only get better. We come back next month for a more stronger and better webinar. Thank you all for being part of today's wonderful session. I hereby hand over the microphone to Engineer Fola. Thank you very much, Engineer Fola. Have a wonderful time.
Yeah, thank you so much, CEO, for that nice address, wonderful address, and also celebrating the celebrant with us. It's an awesome time to celebrate Mrs. Pastor Mrs. Nasi Koja. We cannot celebrate her enough. As the CEO was talking, I was just feeling so chilled on my inside. The truth is that everything that has been said concerning Pastor Mrs. Koja tonight are just on point. So and we are surely taking the celebration. It's not just ending here. We are taking the celebration to on site, you know. So we're inviting everybody. So thank you so much. Thank you, Pastor Nancy, for what you have been to every one of us. You have been a very special person to every one of us. We thank you so much. So, but we're not actually going to move away from this segment without having the celebrant ourselves talk. We just want you to talk to us like for some few seconds, maybe 30 seconds, 1 minute if you can. So let's welcome Pastor Mrs. Nancy Koja for a brief address before we proceed. Thank you so much.
Wow, 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 wow. I'm so elated. Wow. Uh, I also want to show my profound gratitude. I'd like to appreciate each and every one of you. You have spoken so well, so much regarding my person, but I will also want to attribute that to you. You bring out the best in me. You bring out the best in me. Thank you to each and everyone here, to my dear friend, the CEO herself. Each time I see you, you are a pillar of strength. I love you so, 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 so much. It's like I was supposed to have come as a twin. But anyway, thank God that we met and God brought our paths together, and here we are today. And as I look into the future, I can see that there are still greater land to be covered, and we'll cover it together. And just like the speaker, and just like the speaker said today, that as we mix up, we'll find out people that has the same core values with us. I think that's just it. For each, starting from the CEO, the engineers, the even the speaker himself, Mr. Olalekon, and esteemed Pastor Chidi. I think that's just the truth. We found out that we all have the same core value and we'll be moving together as a team. Thank you for loving me so much. Thank you for accepting me into your aeon and giving me this great honor. It's an honor. Each time I see each and every one of us, my heart is filled with joy. Thank you, Sister Mrs. Abimbola. Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Thank you to Mr. Ayo, Mr. Ramsey, Miss Waire, Madam Esther, Chidozie, Mr. Chidozie in me, where the best in me. And I really want to show that appreciation as well. Thank you for taking up. Engineer Folao, I think that's it for now. That's it for now.
All
But if you
right,
give me
all
the
right.
opportunity, I'll just keep talking
In
and
fact,
we will
we have
not
even
close.
left the microphone for you to talk to tomorrow. Wow, we cannot thank you enough. You are just worth celebrating. That's the best I can say for now. You are worth celebrating. So thank you so much, and we thank God also for bringing us all together to be part of the MIIP family. So this is a very, very wonderful family that we're all in. Is a special family, the MIIP family. So everyone that is part of this family is so appreciated. We appreciate ourselves so much in this family, and there's a watchword with which we work with ourselves, which is basically love, and care for each other. All right. So moving forward, okay. So we should be rounding off
Yes,
very
a minute,
soon,
please.
just now.
Can I, Angela Paula, sorry for,
Okay, yeah.
okay. There's actually a video that I stumbled on the internet. I think it will be very beneficial for us. It's just a 1 minute clip. I will want the media team to kindly play.
All right, okay. We wanted to play it earlier on, but I think internet issue was not allowing us. So if you can play it now, that should just be fine. Thank you, CEO.
"26 years ago, I was a 21-year-old makeup artist. Today, I founded a company, a beauty company that has over 15,000 beauty reps across the country. We have retail stores in all the major cities in Nigeria, retailers across the continent. And today, we've trained over 15,000 makeup artists through our makeup school, and we've done phenomenal work in impacting our economy." I want to talk to you if you're starting small and you want to scale. I have a scripture that I hold very dear to my heart that says, "Do not despise the days of small beginnings." I want to make this practical for you. So I'll share with you three things that if you're starting small, you have to consider, you have to think about, you have to embrace. Number one is to believe in yourself. Believe in what it is that you're doing, no matter how small or big it is. Belief is so powerful. Belief is an energy. Belief is it's a vibe. Belief is a magnet that you share with others, right? And when you believe, people believe with you simply because you believe. Second, you have to be consistent. Every time you get that call from the customer, every time you get that contract, you have to keep at it consistently so that people remember you and they think of you with this business. And thirdly, every time you show up with excellence. Every time you show up with excellence.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Profound. That was very profound. That was very profound. It's a profound information that that's actually a blessing. So thank you so much, CEO, for giving us that excerpt. All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I believe we all learned something from that now.